Have you guys ever heard of a time capsule? Because that's exactly what this is. And it shows. Bad. Insert intro segment here. It's becoming more and more apparent that video games now kind of go through cycles, where at first they do try to demonstrate what the console or system can do, show off the mechanics, the effects, or even the graphics they can pull off. But of course, these first titles are sold to help sell the console not too long after its release, or even at its release. So many years go by and the successor of said console has either been announced, is out, or has been out for some time. With all this going by, game makers have studied the old system, enabling them to use it at its fullest and really show what it can do. Hence why some of the best looking games on any platform usually come in the console's twilight years. To a certain point, we do have to admire these games. They really do show what a console can do, and even gives us a nice look into the past and certainly shows us what it was like during the time frame of development. This can be seen as both a good and bad thing, letting us reflect on what the gaming scene was going through at that time. And that brings us to this game, Captain Skyhawk for the NES. First and foremost, it was developed by Rare of all people. Yes, that Rare. And was published by Milton Bradley of all people. Overall, they only published 12 games during the 80s and only a few in 1990, with 9 of them being published exclusively for the NES. In 1990, Rare has already made some of their biggest games at the time. Wait, hold up! Okay, while writing this, I never fully knew how many games Rare has actually made. Mind you, a lot of these games were published by a lot of different people, but including the hits they are known for, get this, at the time Captain Skyhawk was their 31st game. Wow! Well, looking back at the lineup, they did have a lot of movie tie-in games and game shows as well. Like, I am legit shocked they made this many games and no one really knew, only because they weren't published by Nintendo, but they were published by other people. But we do need to get the focus back on this one game. As the name implies, it is a flying game with the cover art backing this up, but it is not a full-blown top-down perspective that we're used to, nor is it a first-person game like Top Gun or Stealth, but a semi-weird behind but a little bit from above angle. All this is really here to show off what the new terrain they made. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Asymmetric views like this were not really seen, nor implemented well during the NES days, and this really does show they liked the graphics they were able to pull off. If you look at both the terrain and some of the details, and even the bouncing letters at the end when you put in your high score, you could really tell they are proud of themselves. Well, okay, alright. The game looks fine, but how does it play? Well, it's fine for the most part, but there is a huge learning curve with the altitude and longitude of your plane, going up or down. And you have to be super mindful of the terrain because it will kill you. Thank goodness they don't put too many enemies or projectiles on the screen, or this would be the Silver Surfer levels of nightmarish. Once you get the hang of the terrain and how to navigate through it, it does become super easy. And this has to be the first playing game that I have ever played on the NES where you can slowly upgrade everything through an actual shop. As well, you keep them when you die, but you do have to reload your missiles once you use them, and I have to give them props for at least doing that, giving us some kind of upgrade system, and especially in an old NES game like this. So, it's a weird mix of missions. One mission you're blowing things up, the other thing you're blowing things up to reach a scientist, another one you're dropping off supplies. It sounds different, but overall it just pretty much plays the same. You do have to enter a space station like thing to get your upgrades, but you just don't enter it. You have to make sure your plane lines up with the actual entrance, which rotates all the time. I'm not really sure if it's timed or not, but most of the time I was able to get it within the first few tries. After it's all said and done, you blow up all the generators, you get to face the big space station and stop the alien invasion, and that's it. Once you get done, you put in the high score and it goes back to the main menu. Well, that was underwhelming. Wait, it's a playing game on the NES. You know what that means? Yes! Cheat codes! But, ew. It's the unstoppable cheat codes. Unkillable, unlimited missiles, all weapons from the start. It's those cheat codes. The ones you use to see how long it would take you to beat the game if you were just that damn good. And in case you're wondering, it took me less than 45 minutes. But at the end of it, it really didn't feel like I completed anything. No real sense of danger or urgency. This game mostly felt like it was made to fill a quota and maybe show off what the NES could do. I think what's really impacting my opinion on this game is that the previous Sky Shark has to be the better of the two.
But with that being said and all, I just don't really give the game 2 out of 5. For a rare game being the way it is and being a time capsule, it's fun to look at, but that's pretty much about it. At the very end of things, it's pretty much a glorified YouTube video. If you want to look at it, just watch a YouTube video of it. If you do pick it up as like part of a lot, there's nothing from you picking it up and actually playing it all the way through. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys next time. I'm gone, I'm Ghost, I'm out of here on past tense. I'll see you guys later. I can't get this part right.